Hell, SNA assassinators. I don't know what just happened right there onto the first clip of the video. But here's the second clip, something I've never done and probably in about probably in the next maybe like something I've never done probably in the next like 20 weeks. But yeah, I'm back here with the second clip, and I want to get to the point and just talk about what's going on in the wildest, intriguing wrestling news. But yeah, but Eric Bischoff stated onto the second half on his opinion about John Cena's promo on his latest 83 Weeks podcast. Like, saying there's got to be like a reason why, like, and if you start on angle out like in like that element like of the story like that inciting like was like incident like that thing like that happens that like sets like you upon your journey, like if that's a dud, like it's a little harder to gain like that momentum later on, like you need like to start out strong with a why like that people can relate to, understand, connect with, like whatever, like and I agree with you, like it was exciting. John Cena's heel, turning heel. Oh, like the potential. Like, but there wasn't anything dramatic like about it. Like, other than the fact that he turned heel, like it was interesting. Even I did see the clip like of his promo. I didn't see it alive. I saw the clip of it. Like it was okay. I mean, the delivery was great, but just the message was kind of weak for that. Eric Bischoff recently opened up about like involvement like with Major League Wrestling. But what are your thoughts on to Eric Bischoff's hot take onto John Cena's promo, like in his time in Europe, like in places like Germany, and what's the other place they were at this past week? Oh yeah, Scotland and Germany, and yeah. And then some tells me it's going to be like a part three once they have Monday Night Raw in London as well, like they did last night. But next up, we got the last man standing match, like in Naomi in action, that's finally been added for next week's Blue Brand. Jacob Fatu said, like, during the March 28th episode of Friday Night SmackDown, like, that he will, like, be the last man standing regarding the issue between himself and Braun Strowman. He now has the chance to prove that, as WWE, like has announced that Fatu and Braun Strowman will indeed be facing off one more time in a last man standing match on April 4th, April 4th episode of WWE Friday Night SmackDown. And it said right here, it was announced that Naomi would be also be in action wrestling B Fab this coming this comes like on the heels uh, of Naomi's attack on B Fab on last night's March 28th edition. And this is the statement from WWE that says the monster are the two monsters being unleashed to wreak havoc like on each other. Braun Strowman will once again go to war against Jacob Fatu in a last man standing match. Don't miss all the action on Friday Night SmackDown, April 4th. Like, yeah, exclusive only on USA. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, and 7 Central. And also, after Naomi's ruthless attack onto B-Fab, 2 stars will go one-on-one, like on this exact same show. This is all like in addition to Rey Fenix making his WWE debut. Fightful Select reported on March 21st, like that Phoenix had signed with WWE. Here is like the current lineup of next week's SmackDown. Ray Phoenix debuts like uh, last man standing match between Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman, Naomi versus B-Fab, and some other unannounced segments and matches that's probably going to be added like in about a week from now. Like if fans can find Fightful's coverage like of the March 28th episode of SmackDown by clicking here on the link, you can check it out for yourself. But what are your thoughts on to what are y'all's thoughts on to this lineups like and do you think that this debut, like of this mystery guy, is gonna DB Ray Phoenix? Which I wouldn't doubt it. Like if it's showing some similarity, elements, and onto these vignettes that they've been showing for the last few weeks, and also Ray Phoenix happens to be let go by All Elite Wrestling. Like that means that's a sign that's got to be him. But yeah, like let me know in the comment section right down below what your take is. But moving on, we got James Storm's new is very proud of his former colleagues, the Motor City Machine Guns, and he described their arrival to the Stanford-based company as cool, which who could blame him for saying that? And beer money and the former beer money the beer money duo member like James Storm and James Storm like in the Motor City Machine Guns, most specifically Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, like definitely having history from their time in the late 2000s and now partners of WWE, former rivals TNA, which alongside his beer money tag partner Robert Roode, like they used to been in a massive rivalry from the early 2000s to the early 2010s, like MCMG, were one of the most decorated and influential tag teams to not sign with WWE or AEW until 2024, like when they joined WWE. And this is what James Storm told Ben Veal on the latest episode of Wrestling Life. And when he was in the interview, he stated, "It was really cool when I saw them debut. Like it was just a big congratulations to those guys because I worked with them like for so long. Like even when I went back to TNA for a little bit, like me, Chris Sabin, tagged with a little bit in TNA as well." The Motor City Machine Guns found quick success in WWE, winning the WWE Tag Team Championships in their third WWE match. And it says right here, elsewhere into the interview, like James Storm commented on the that WWE WWE and TNA partnership. And you can talk about. We're going to talk about right here onto this article. But before we get to that, I want to ask you, what is your thoughts on to one of the Motor City Machine Guns rivals in their time in the Nashville-based company? I believe in the first one. Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But yeah, and do you agree with the former Beer Money member? And it is a very cool thing to see the Motor City Machine Guns debuting and also winning the tag team titles, like in their third match since debuting with the Stanford-based company. But yeah, I think it's pretty awesome to see them on there, and they're being known as as a very declarated tag team in their path and their trace, like in the tag team division, which I think they're one of the reasons next to the likes of DIY, the Street Profits, Los Garza, and even Pretty Deadly as the most, I'll say, most relevant tag team division in WWE right now, if you ask me. Next to NXT, of course, but yeah, like. And they've been keeping showcased like every single week, like it's something interesting to watch, whether if the tag titles are on the line or not. Like, but the lack of the tag team division on SmackDown is, however, is that they don't get usually get promoted onto a premium live event, which that's something that WWE is mistaking with. Like they need to start elevating the tag team division when it comes to being on pay-per-views. But moving on, we got some more news to talk about James Storm as he commented on the partnership between WWE and TNA. Says could see WWE buying out TNA. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but I mean, if it comes to that, like maybe, but that's probably a long way to go. But it says right here, James Storm comments on the WWE and TNA partnership, like between the two promotions, like has arguably taken over the world of wrestling at this point, like with like news like about potential crossovers coming out like a weekly basis, like as uh as someone like that has worked like for both promotions like in the past, James Storm believes like that that the partnership is great, mainly due to the fact that it can bring more eyeballs to TNA. He he explains like I think like it's great, especially like for all the guys and girls like that are with TNA at this moment because TNA is hard to find over here. Like you have to have a certain subscription and uh and everything. So I think this is going to help draw way more eyeballs to TNA. And he's not lying about you got to. And for a guy that has the experience about finding TNA wrestling, like I would totally agree with James Storm on that because we had like the only place that only TV subscription that we had that we could find the channel that that had the access channel was Sling TV to watch TNA. Which I don't understand why it's only like certain TV subscriptions that you can find TNA wrestling like with the on the channel that they're currently playing their weekly Thursday shows. But yeah, it's like that, which for some weird reason that it is. But yeah, what's his name's not lying. James Storm on that for one thing about that for sure. It's very hard to find it these days. He used to be on the Spike channel and then eventually the Discovery channel. And then yeah, and now it's on here on the Access channel. Unless you get a subscription of Impact Plus, like itself, like unless you get their streaming service, like then like you can watch it through there. But anyways, but yeah, which is really good for these guys and girls. Like I mean, like especially like if they can interchange like and go wrestle for NXT. As well as I say, this is the opportunity. Don't piss it away, like because this opportunity like might not come again. So take every advantage of it like that you can. Storm was then asked about like WWE potentially buying TNA. This is what he immediately replied into his opinion. Like that's the theory going around. Like there's this is kind of a toe in the water situation to see how it can go, like, and stuff. I'm sure WWE would love to buy TNA, like, just for the library. Like, you can have all the guys, like, when they were, like, there, like, right when they're in their prime, like with the likes of AJ Styles, and Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe. Like, like, you have all these guys, like, that were in the WWE, like, and they can show, like, on the library, especially being on Netflix as well. Like, well, now, I mean, as well now, like, James Storm, like, like was recently included in a DLC pack, a DLC pack, like, in a DLC pack for was that Retromania Wrestling? If I'm not mistaken. But yeah, what are your thoughts on to James Storm's opinions about, like, WWE buying out, like, TNA? And do you agree? Like, I'll say, if you ask me, I'll say, if TNA gives them that opportunity to buy them out, I would say WWE would most definitely would purchase them, just to have their library. Just because, like, most of the wrestlers that wrestled there used to wrestle in WWE, or now currently wrestling in the Stanford-based company. So I'll say, maybe there's, like, it wouldn't be a bad idea if we did, like, go in this path and add it on our library. But now we're going to end today's wrestling news video with Triple H, like, stating that Mark Nash, the new ring announcer for Friday Night SmackDown, crushed it in his first night. Triple H had some kind words for SmackDown's newest ring announcer, like the WWC COO and CCO, like, to took to Twitter, like, and like and offer, like, some words, like, of encouragement, like, for the newest member of the WWE team. Mark Nash, like, crushed it. Like, Mark Nash crushed it, like, in his first night at the as the in-ring announcer for WWE SmackDown. Like, he wrote, like, congratulations and welcome to the team. But you can see him pointing at him, doing this signature pose when he welcomes somebody back, or if they make their debut in the WWE. This is what he does. And with that caption that he wrote that I just read. But obviously, on the social media page, it has his real last name, which is Shannock. Shannock, yeah, Mark Shannock, which he mostly, remember, to being an announcer for UFC and boxing, I believe. I'll say more likely UFC stuff. Like, what was it, boxing? I totally forgot, but I'm gonna probably read that right now. But with Nash, which I'm gonna get to his resume, but before I get into that, we got Nash, which is his real name, Mark Shannock, like, has been an announcer for a variety of sports, like combat, and otherwise, like, including, like, being in arena host, like, for the Vegas Golden Knights, like, in NHL for hockey, and then Las Vegas Raiders, the arch rivals of my boys and back-to-back Super Bowl Chiefs, like, which I'm not going to get into much of that right now. But yeah, like, he announced for that, like, for the Raiders, like, in the NFL's football. Like, Nash was also a host of the announcers for Top Rank Boxing on ESPN. That's what was boxing. Okay, that's right. But anyways, earlier in the week, Nash wrote, like, that he was thrilled, like, to join Friday Night SmackDown, and he right here on this on his post of his own on X saying, stepping into a new ring with WWE. Thrilled like to join Friday Night SmackDown. Mark Nash, like, we'll see you tomorrow, like at SmackDown, which he wrote like was on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, which you can see right here on his post. It says the 27th, so yeah, it had to be. But you can see right down the bottom where it says what date he posted this on X. What's your reactions about Mr. Mark Nash replacing Lillian Garcia? And yeah, like now Lillian Garcia parted ways with WWE yet again, like at least for now, until like they might need her for to be another substitute ring announcer, like whenever like if they don't know who to have the announce, whether it's on Raw, SmackDown, or even NXT. She's probably is always available when it comes to that matter. But that says right here, like, yeah, he replaced Lillian Garcia, who recently said that she knew her WWE return wasn't permanent, that's a very unfortunate thing. But yeah, fans can find Fightful's coverage like of WWE SmackDown by clicking on this link. But do you think do you think this guy Mark Nash is like a perfect ring announcer for WWE? And do you think like he could be like the next uh what's his name? Mike Rome, yeah. Or maybe even I don't know, like Justin Roberts, which I'm not sure if he can be any of those. Like I'll say maybe just keep him like maybe keep it like it is and just put what's his name just yeah, make him be himself. I'll say when listening to his ring announcing yesterday on SmackDown with the wrestlers that were in matches, it was pretty decent. Like which is probably gonna be recognizable and be more memorable. Even though I do you realize I do remember his name, even though without reading the article. Like it's just that like I don't know, like it just have I guess the Nash name kind of gave it like make it more catchy. But like at first I kind of forgot about it because my fellow YouTuber talked about this yesterday. So I guess you could say that it was. I guess you could say that it was because of because of that. But yeah, like now I know his real name, which is Shinnok. I mean Shinnok, yeah. But in WWE they're gonna be calling him Nash, Mark Nash. But let me know in the comment section right down below what your thoughts on to him. And yeah, also that's the end of today's wrestling news and rumors that you assassinators need to know. And if you ask me, I'll say my favorite one would probably be maybe the matches that were announced on SmackDown for next week. Like even the one with what's his name? Like with the debut of Ray Phoenix. And do you think they're gonna have him wrestle like an enhancement talent, or maybe like a lower mid card guy on SmackDown, like in his debut, something similar to like his brother, the leader of El Zero Miedo? But the thing is, when he had his debut match, it was a classic with Chad Gable. So I would say not exactly like some kind of a squash match, like which that's what WWE should be thinking about doing for the foreseeable future. I mean, that's what probably makes WWE more, I'll say, must see. Like when it comes to wrestling shows, like it. I just know how the bringing audience is like to watch and not give them toilet break matches that's gonna bore them to death. Really try, even if it's not their best match, they try to do their best of trying to get the fans intrigued into this irrelevant match. But let me know in the comment section right down below about that. Also, if you like this video, please make sure you hit the like button and hit the subscribe button, notification bell for more SNA's videos. And also do the same on the first video and click on to the description box on the first video because that's where it has the have the link of my other channel, which is SNA Entertainment. And unfortunately, I'm sorry I couldn't do it on this one. I was kind of in a hurry, so because it takes a long time to schedule a video here on the SNA podcast, especially if you're going to be doing, especially if I'm doing a live stream right here, like so. It's not going to be very easy to be get it done quickly as I can. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video, which will be AEW Collision. Make sure to check that out. Which will have matches like Queen Aminata taking on Jamie Hayter, Uncle Dax DX taking on Willa Yuta of the Death Riders, and then also we got what other match? We got the number one contenders match for the AEW Tag Team Championships, which is Big Bill and Brian Keith of Learning Tree taking on the Martin brothers of Top Flight of Dante and Darius. And who do you think is gonna walk out of Collision as the challengers for the double straps that Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin's holding? Let me know, assassinators, in the comment section right down below. Also, we got the TBS and other championships, which I'm gonna go down the list, I guess, with the Undisputed Rev Pro Women's Champion and the New Japan Women's Championship. The CEO Mercedes Moné is gonna be in action as well, and I want to give you your opinion. Give me your answer. Like, who do you think's gonna who she's gonna face compete in this match? Which that's a good question. Which I wouldn't doubt it will be some kind of an enhancement talent like of AEW, like a guy, a gal that we probably not familiar with, unless if it's like someone that we are familiar with that's used to taking the L like and doing the job. Which hopefully like this what's that called, like even if that's the case, let's hope that does not like what's that word I'm trying to look for, let's hope it don't get the highlights like as it like as something else, like it could be something like leading up to who could be her next challenger for the TBS championship, which I'm hoping it'll be someone that she's been familiar with from the other company, which we all know is WWE. But yeah, which I'm probably not going to be mentioning it in that caliber when I start talking about it on the review video. But yeah, I get it will probably lead up into like a maybe title for title match, like for this particular women's wrestler that's on the show that's kind of like developmental these days, which is Ring of Honor. Like at least in when they're in AEW's territory, like since Anthony Khan bought them out. But let's hope that he can find them a TV deal or even add him to the Max streaming service. Like, and if he did that, I would give it a watch, like to see what how ROH is. But I don't know. Like, yeah, just let me know in the comment section right down below what's going to be happening tonight on AEW Collision. Oh, also my boy Switchblade Jay White's going to be in action as well. He's going to be taking on Kevin Knight. But yeah, let me know in the comment section right down below what's your who you're predicting that's going to win. And also, yeah, I hope you assassinators are going to be having a magnificent Saturday afternoon. And I'll see you next time with some more SNA content. Until we meet again, Super Ninja Austin out of here. Y'all be good to yourself, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.